The world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. So, hey everyone, all you beautiful people. Well, I am learning a new song. Well, it's not a new song. This is Diane Warwick, and it's back in the day, and it's a beautiful, beautiful arrangement. And I thought I'd give it a go. So it's a little bit tricky, but comparatively an easy one to try. So if you're learning out there, I would say to you, give it a go, because we just want to share that love around, don't we? And so I'm just having a look. I've got a chord shapes book. Anyone who's doing music, this is a really good book. I know it's back to front, isn't it? How do I make it the right way? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Yeah, so if you want to learn, it's quite simple. Just go and get a guitar off the internet. That's what I did. I mean, my first one I had when I was young, but now I've, got a different set of guitars, and I like to make my own music. I like to sing and chant and do some interesting things. Whatever I want to do, I can do it. And so I've got these books that I print them out. I put into here, and then I've got bits and pieces. Got quite a few of those, and I've also got my book, which, where is it? Oh, here. And then I've got my little books that come with me when I want to do my chanting mainly. I keep in the little books because they're easy to, just pop into something. I have one of these. Now, this is really important for those who are just learning, and I know there's some of you that have asked me about learning. So when I was having a chat with Trina, and she was saying to me about it, and I just said, look, it's really, you just got to gather a few things together. Now, what I've got in here is mantra book. So nothing, just a book. You can get it from anywhere. The other one is a little bit special because I've actually painted on it with nail polish, which is just says that's mine. This one is my second one, so I have a lot of the mantras that I have in my first one, and when I go away I usually take this one because if it disappears I've still got my home one, which I love to play. So it's always good to have two sets of everything. Now, what else have I got in here? I've just got printouts of different mantras that I found, and I've just printed them out. They just live in there for the time being. Now, what else is in this here zip up thing? There's a black pen, a red pen, a pencil, rubber, a wider outerer, because we're always making mistakes, especially me. I'm always making mistakes. I can't believe how I'm always making mistakes. Let's try to, oh no, it's okay. And a rubber, because sometimes the rubber on the end of these pencils is lousy, so a good rubber is always welcome. So that goes in there, along with my mantra book to take away, and my chord sharps book. So if you want to get a chord sharps book so that you can look up the actual chords, which is always handy because I'm always coming across a G major 7th suspended or something ridiculous like that. Don't even know if that's a chord, but they all live in here, can't escape. I can travel with that. I can just grab it and take it. I've only got the one. You'd expect me to have two in the van, but I don't. So that's it. And that's what I do when I'm not gardening. Although I do have these, and these came from Mum's place, Mum Bev's place, and it's a beautiful naked lady, and she gave me all of these, so I have to pot them up, and they're little bulbs, and yeah, they're just gorgeous. So they're going in the ground. I'm just doing a little bit of watering downstairs. I'm also, look at this, I've got the breeze coming in here. It's so lovely. This is actually my library, and for those who have not seen it, I'll give you a look around, because it's kind of yeah, I'm doing work. So this is it here at the moment. I've got books all over the place. I've got books in boxes, and I've got books on the ground, and I have books in my bookcases, and I have some up the top where, you know, you can put little bits and pieces and coloured papers and all sorts of stuff. And then up there I have other junk, you know, and my dolly that I had as a child. I don't know if you can see my dolly. I'm sitting on the ground. And then yeah, I've got more books and things there, and I've got art books there, and I've got more books on the ground which need to be all sorted as well. And that's my daddy. But yeah, in that library there. So yes, a lot of things that, and I'm sitting on a beautiful, beautiful mat. And yeah, that's what I'm doing today. So when I'm not doing the, what happened there? Why haven't I got any light? Did I just pull that over? Hang on, that's a bit better. Let some air in. I'm doing music, so yeah, so I don't get bored. I mean, people think that, you know, there's too much time on people's hands. They're too bored. They have nothing to do. It's, you know, always a drama to get out of bed, and you know, it's a struggle. And geez, you know, I get it too. I got a bad back. I mean, I've had an operation. I know what it's like to have pain and be irritable and be naggy and horrible, whingy. I know what it's like to be all that. And I just find that, you know, look at this, reading is a really good thing. I write, so yeah, I have filing little cupboard, those little ones that were on top of that cupboard, you know, the little 5 folders. I have them full of different things: gardening, yoga, writing, poetry. You know, I just have all these things in different categories. And you know, when I'm not doing one, I think, oh, you know, I'm feeling really miserable. Why am I feeling miserable? Oh, write that down. And then next minute you've written a poem or a short story or something like that. And it's really interesting, because writing things down is a way of healing. You know, you can take your mind off. It's diversional therapy, and I'm a master at diversional therapy. If anyone wants to know about diversional therapy, I've written a book actually almost about that 20 odd years ago, maybe longer, and it's just on, it was when I was younger, it was just on, I was going to college and I was writing a thesis about behavioural therapy and pain management. And it was interesting because the two almost went identically together, because when you're in pain, your behaviour changes immensely, and you can go one of two ways. You can turn into the grunge from hell, or you can just turn into the most placid, peaceful, spiritual person you can possibly be. And that's the way I went. I mean, yeah, I get miserable and unhappy quite a bit, but you know, also realized that people have to live with you, and you have to also respond to how people treat you. And so I have grown up with meditation, yoga, and you know, chanting, singing to the divine Mother Earth. I mean, Mother Earth's always been in my life, and thank Mum, you know, for a lot of these things, because she, you know, showed me the way of gardening, showed me how to do mantras, you know, took me to these different modalities that really resonated with my heart, and I became so used to it. It became a way of life. And now, and so when I did hurt my back and I was in pain every day, it sort of took me a while to realize that I don't have to be cranky and grumpy every day. You know, even though I'm learning how to walk and I'm learning how to use my muscles, and I can't cook and I have to crawl on the floor, you know, all those things. I thought to myself, there's people out there worse off than me. There's people out there that are, you know, needing the divine help more than me. And I prayed every day, and I still do. It's one of those things I just do. I'm Catholic, can't help that. Catholicism is something that wasn't really forced on me. I was very lucky I had a choice, and when I started listening to the stories, I really enjoyed storytelling as long as I didn't have to read it. I didn't mind listening to it, so I used to love it. And we had a really nice priest at church, and I think I might have told you that before, and we used to run across the creek, me and my little sister, and we'd go to church, and yeah, it was really interesting. And that's where I took a lot of my heart from, was, you know, growing up with the church and feeling like, you know, you have to do good to get good, you have to be good to see good, and that's what I got from, you know, the Bible stories was, hey man, I could end up in a really bad place if I don't do good things. So I tried, you know, when I was growing up, from wee little me to, you know, into my teens and onwards, to do good things and try not to be persuaded by peer groups and friends and, you know, drugs and alcohol, which, yeah, that came into it as well. I was, you know, a hippie little chick, did whatever. And, but you know what? I grew from everything. Everything was an experience. Everything was a trial. Everything was a, you know, do I like this? Do I not like this? Am I going to take this on with me into the energy of, you know, what I want to be? And, you know, I worked hard. I, you know, did things that, I made choices in my life that brought me to a happy place. And, you know, I wanted to be happy. I didn't want to be too miserable, even though I didn't smile very much, and I, you know, the pain was pretty bad sometimes, and, you know, life was hard. I, you know, still came through it with things that I was doing, you know, putting myself through college, even when I was, you know, couldn't even sit down, and, you know, things that I wanted to do, and music, writing, poetry, you know, gardening, they were always there. And it's as if they became modalities for me. So like I was saying on my other chat in the garden about, this is my therapy. Well, you know, this is my therapy. This is part of what I like to do. Part of what I really enjoy. And I really think that if you can just pick up your guitar and learn a few chords, you'd be amazed at what you can do with a little guitar like that. And I think they do become a therapy or a way of life, and it's not misery to do it, even though you might be in pain and agony. You know, your mind might be racing into terrible, terrible thoughts and situations and depression and madness even, you know, and coping mechanisms and strategies. And you might even be at the point of, I don't want to do this anymore. And I've been there. And I've been to the edge, and I've looked over and I've thought, geez, man, someone's going to find me like that. There's no way I'm going to, come back. This is it. And so the strategies that I put in place from the dark days, the dark ways, the dark places in my heart, I healed that, and you can too. It's just a few things you have to do. You can always message me, and I can talk to you about some of the strategies that I use, and it might not be for you, but coming up with other things that you might like to take into your life and daily life, because when you've got things in your daily life, it doesn't have to be as hard. And if you've got little ones, make it that you have time on your own, because I know a lot of people just get mobbed down with the stress of the little ones, and then don't find time just to get away and just walk, smell the flowers. Do it for you. Go and get some lessons. Go and make 5 minutes. Lock that door. Don't let them in. Give yourself that message time where you're putting mindful thoughts into your head, and you're messaging yourself, and you're saying, I'm okay, I can do this, I got this, and get on with it. It's not going to be easy. No one said it's going to be easy, and I'm not telling anyone it's going to be easy, and I'm not telling anyone that your life is going to be any worse than my life or is better than my life. It doesn't matter. We're all on the same playing level. We're all here. So get some stuff, do some stuff. This is what I'm doing. I'm doing the guitar thing. I mean, there's a lot more that I do to keep my days from dragging out to misery. Oops. Oh, well, it's down now. It can't go any further. Yeah, the wind is just coming in and going berserk. So yeah, don't stop. Get down, grieve your loss, grieve yourself, grieve the person you were, and get back up and say, you know what? There's things to enjoy. This planet is okay. I've got things that I can look out for. Even if I just walk around the block and look into neighbors' yards and think, yeah, well, look at that tree, look at that thing. Oh, that's how other people live. That's it. Why not just enjoy life? All right, well, I've got to go. I've got to go and plant these plants and water my garden. I'm still dehydrating. They're coming out of the oven as we speak. I've turned them off and they're just cooling down. They'll be coming out. I'm going down to finish a path, and I might come back on later and show you that. And I'm just taking, half an hour? I'm not going to do too much. I'm a bit, rickety. It was a big Christmas, New Year's, and I'm just going to take, say half an hour. It'd probably take an hour. I'm saying half an hour. And then I'll probably do half an hour with these little plants. And they may not get planted yet. I mean, I've had them since New Year's Day. Look at that. Naked lady. And yes, so pretty. This is what I'm doing, and I'm only planning ahead. Like, you don't have to plan, like, when I said, oh yeah, you might do this or that, the other. I plan in half an hour to an hour slots, because that's what I have to do. And when I was at the hospital and they were dealing with my vertigo and my vision problems related to my brain injury after having my brain tumor out, I learned to rest more. And so this is what I'm doing. I'm only giving myself, let's do half an hour guitar. Let's do an hour guitar. If it goes out to like 2 or 3 hours, woohoo, you've just used diversional therapy to its fullest. And that's what you want to do. Diversion, diversion, diversion. It's the best therapy I know for my problems, for my pain. Always use diversional therapies, whether it's music, dance, singing. I'm learning belly dancing at the moment. It's fantastic. I mean, it's moving my back. It's a little bit clunky, but that's okay too. We can, we'll finally get it, and then we'll be, using the right movements instead of the, you know, looking like a robot type thing. I'm going. I've been on too long. All right. Ciao for now, babes. Bye.